Leone Hastur was dead. The ancient Laronis, sorceress of the Coman, keeper of Arelin, telepath, trained with all the powers of the matrix sciences of Darkover, died as she had lived, alone, sequestered high in the tower of Arelin. Not even her priestess novice apprentice, Janine Lanier of Storn, knew the hour when death came quietly into the tower and took her away into one of the other worlds she had learned to walk, as skillfully as within her own enclosed garden. She died alone, and she died unmourned. For although Leone was feared, revered, worshipped almost as a goddess throughout all the domains of Darkover, she was not loved. Once she had been greatly loved. There had been a time when Leone Hastur had been a young woman, beautiful and chaste as a distant moon, and poets had written of her glory, comparing her to the exquisitely shining face of Lyriel, the great violet moon of Darkover, or to a goddess come down to live among men. She had been adored by those who lived under her rule at Arelin Tower. Once, despite the austerity of the vows under which she lived, which would have made it blasphemy unspeakable for any man to touch her fingertips, Leone had been loved. But that had been long ago. And now, as the years had passed over her head, leaving her more and more alone, further from humanity, she was loved less, and feared and hated more. The old regent Laurel Hastur, her twin brother, for Leone had been born into the royal house of the Hasturs of Hastur, and if she had not chosen the tower, she would have stood higher than any queen in the land, was long dead. A nephew she had seen but a few times stood behind the throne of Stefan Hastur Elhalin, and was the real power in the domains. But to him, Leone was a whisper, an old tale, and a shadow. And now she was dead, and lay, as the custom was, in an unmarked grave within the walls of Arelin, where no human being, save those of Coman blood, might ever come, in death no more secluded than in life, and there were few left alive to weep.